Brought to you by Alman Auctions, the worldwide leader in antique tractor auctions.
As farming progressed in the late 1950s and early 1960s, farms got bigger and tractors got bigger. This one is a big hunk of power from John Deere, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Model 8010. You run about 125 horsepower. There's about 100 of these tractors built, and they didn't go over real good at the beginning because they were quite large compared to a two-cylinder 830 John Deere. So they did not sell real fast. You needed larger machinery with it, and so a lot of tractors didn't sell in the first few years. And they found out that their transmissions were not well the first batch, so all 8010s except this one were shipped back to the factory or re-updated on the farm to 8020s. So this is basically the only 8010 still in existence. This year model was not really sold to a customer. John Deere kept the tractor at one of their harvester plants for a yard machine or yard dog or whatever you want to call it, and they kind of wore it out, and then we purchased it.
And this is the first 8010 that came off the line, isn't it?
As far as we know, it's the first 8010. It has experimental part numbers on it, and serial number 1000. They probably made some experimental models before it, but this is the first probably production model that came out of the factory.
But it's not a John Deere original engine, is it?
No, you have a GM Detroit 671 basic truck engine. When the engine head was cracked on it, we took it to the local truck service garage, and he said no problem fixing it. He says I can get thousands of those heads, so there was no problem getting the tractor running again.
And what's it like to sit on this machine and give it a spin in the field?
Well, it's a heavy, big machine. It's a lot of iron. They were making it large and big and heavy, but it's you sit up there and you can see over the field real well.
And what about the speed? It really goes pretty fast, doesn't it?
Well,
not really.
It's not a fast-moving machine. This one has the original transmission in it yet, so I don't think they had the high speed in it, what they did when they rebuilt them into 8020s.
And what made you decide that you wanted to get into the 8010 and on up to some of the bigger John Deere four-wheel drive tractors?
Well, kind of didn't look to it, but we kind of fell into this one. There was a party that had asked us if we were interested in a tractor, but it had some problems, as I said before, and looked it over, and it was quite a decision to see if we wanted to buy it or not because of the problems with it. But we jumped into it, and after we jumped into this one, as you can see, the fleet got a lot bigger, very quick.